I don't know why that stopped. Let's see if it's going to do that again because it stopped last time. All praise be to the Most High Living One. Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shah Bahashim Rakadosh. Not to get carnal minded because I like to stay in the spirit if you feel me. If you feel me, I like to stay in the spirit. Walk with me for a second. Two people come together, they meet. Online date and blind date, something going on there. Somebody want company, right? Smooth talker. The boy got some, they got chemistry. They match up. It's electrifying. And so they come together. For a while they kick a nut. I guess he's courting her or something. Chivalry ain't that. Chivalry ain't that. I'll hold the door for you, my baby. And so, that type of thing. And then, they watching the movie and popcorn and hey, things pop off. Things pop off. They become one flesh. Feeling good, moaning and a groaning. This is the grown folks hour. If hey kiddies, plug your ears. I say, yeah, this is the grown folks hour. But anyway, they sitting on the couch. You know what it's all about. Somebody to get the rubbing on a thigh. Hey, maybe it's two guys. I don't know. I ain't there. But they loving on each other, right? Explosion, explosion. I say ecstasy in the flesh in the flesh. Next thing you know, they going off. Let's do a SpongeBob moment. And 1 hour later, or 1 minute, 1 minute later, somebody ain't happy. Somebody ain't happy. And so they're arguing and fighting with each other. Now, is the spirit warring with the flesh? And who flesh is warring with what spirit? Because it's two there. If I was there, I say, where two or three together, there shall I be in the midst. So, but it's not like that. Hey, listen, you doing something you ain't got no business. You shouldn't be doing it. But I'm just saying, me personally, right? People get a divorce. But once a time, they was wrestling around in the bed. What happened? What did that person do? Did they become a mass murderer or something? I mean, what did they do? It just was that a weird thing. I guess. You know. It depends on how a person looks at you, right? And so because when they're giving you the googly eyes, the puppy dog eyes, and all of that, or whatever's going on, right? They're doing that. They're doing that. Are they sucking your energy for a time just to get by? You know what I mean? For real, because energy vampires all around. Energy. So I'm just saying, do you have my energy? Can you keep up with me right now? Okay, let's keep going. You know, People don't like when people stutter, but hey, when you're in the spirit, you don't know what you're gonna say. You're just going with the flow. I didn't write this down. This free game is just thinking. I mean, I know other people probably think about the same thing, but you know, I mean, flesh don't get along that get married. How flesh gonna get along that don't know each other and don't even please each other? Like I say, this grown folks hour. You know what I mean? Like I see that you have everything over there. They ain't got nothing. They ain't got nothing. I'm not gonna come through your window, and get nothing that you have. Not your wife, not your husband, dude, whatever, girl, boy. I don't know. I'm not no because you know what? I could lose my life. I could lose my life. This old flesh and bone. You see, I, I ain't in love with it, but I love it. I ain't in love with it, but I love it. I love my spirit. I love everything about me. You ain't got to. It's a separation. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to. But just because you don't have no love for this old flesh and bone of mine, and my voice box, when I speak, my mind, all that I am, you got a problem with it. Who problem is it? Because you got a problem with it. With my flesh and bone and how I carry myself, how I walk around, whatever I do with this, are you jealous of what I do in my body? That's even not. You're like, what are you doing over there? You drinking in public? Hey man, yeah, I'm intoxicated. I'm intoxicated. I know it. I'm drunk. It's ish. No, I'm just joking. I don't drink, but I'm just saying, why I drink something. I can't say I don't drink. That would be a lie. I'm drinking some coffee right now. Excuse me, but yeah. So it's just wow how people can be together and separate, and then people outside of was never together with them see them separate, but then everybody say we're all in together now, all in together now. No, it ain't that. That ain't what's happening. Because we not and we see ya. Some clearly against you, but you know, I ain't with all of that. That sound like strife and drama. You're running up on somebody talking ish. Hey, no, hey, I don't know what's going on. What's going on over there? I know what's going on over here. So if you come here, I got to right. What are you doing here? What are you doing? Because hey, listen, I've been in the flow. I've been feeling good, as good as it can be. I guess maybe it could be better. I don't know most I know, and yeah. So, uh, what am I supposed to be tripping about? What's new under the sun? I say, what's new under the sun? It's a great awakening. I know that. Hopefully, some waking up, because you could be walking with someone 1 minute, and they could be mad at you the next. Y'all could have thought, hey, we ride or die, we ride or die. They got matching tattoos. You got rings on your finger, his and hers. The next thing you know, I want mine. No, I'm gonna take his. It's divorce court. You know what I mean? It's divorce court, and it's a separation. Why? You don't know. Don't beat yourself up about it. Don't beat yourself up about it, because you're still flesh and bone and spirit. What you gonna do about it? What it? I mean, if it ain't you, then why would you even give a damn? That's you. You got the problem. I don't. I was cool. I was cool with it. I don't know where that came from. You know, I don't know where that attitude came from. But it shows, hey, listen, you can manifest one for me. That's how I feel. A person can manifest an attitude for me. You can probably manifest an ass whooping if I can whoop your ass. You know what I'm saying? If I can fight a little bit, if I can fight a little bit and you can't fight at all, you can manifest an ass whooping, because I ain't talking to you. You're talking to me. So when you're talking to me, have some respect. I'm gonna have some for you. I don't know you until you show me I don't need to, because now somebody about to get their ass whooped because you have no respect. You know, what's home trainer? You train a child up in the way they should go. Look at going to and fro, going to and fro. Yeah, fighting is allowed. You got a license for it. Do you have a license? Go ahead, knock somebody's block off. Hey, if you can get your scratch, get it, because they willing to risk their life. Hey, Adrian, I did it. Whatever. I mean, copyright infringement. Shuts out to you, Balboa. Sylvester. I say, but hey, listen. I ain't the one. I ain't chasing after Tweety. And I'm sorry if I lost you for a minute. I got off the track, I guess. But flesh and bone. Your flesh and bone is yours. It always has been. It always has been. Now, who has had the problem with you? Because it sure wasn't me. It sure wasn't me, and that's just the truth. If I didn't know you, now if I knew you and I got a problem with you, you'd probably know what the problem was. And you probably was the problem. And I let you know about it, or you knew about it and you ran off and didn't say nothing, or you never paid me back. You know it. You know it. That's a problem. My pocket's short. You owe me money. Where's my money, JG Whitworth? I need it now. You owe me. No, I'm just playing. You owe. You owe. You got to pay your debt. You got to reap what you sowed. Treasure box time. You know what I mean? Open it up. What's in there? What's in there? Did they bring it back? The stuff you could have put in your penny bank, did they bring it back? And those that offended you, and you had a lawsuit, and they didn't pay you, what can they say? You know what I mean? Don't say nothing. Get away. Just get away. I want to say die. You know what I mean? Whatever that is. You're mortal, immortal beings over here. They say eternal. Eternal. Yeah, we got to go back which we came from. That's how I see it. You know what I'm saying? So whatever a person do, you gotta account for that. Period. You know, get you an accountant if you're losing track. Are you in the negative or you in the positive? You know, you got some overdraft credit. You know what I mean? You still gotta pay that back. You know, you gotta pay that back. Go ahead and overdraft all you want. But you're gonna pay it back. And people, you know, got a lot of ass whoopings coming because they ain't got them yet. You know, you ever hear that say, somebody needs to whoop their ass. You know, look how them kids acting. I need to put me and my kids, I whoop that ass. You know what I say? Yeah, I will. Why not? You know, and look what you doing. You're jumping on my couch. I bought that. I bought that thing. You know, you got mud all on your shoes. Yeah, he's laughing. I'm gonna punch you right in the forehead. Right? Yeah. No, I'm just joking. But hey, listen, you don't do that, kid. Don't do that. And you say, now if you look at me and just like, I'm gonna do what I want to do. What are you talking about? And just open some more. Yeah, yeah, somebody about to get their ass whooped today. Yeah, yeah. String him up. I'm finna beat him like a pinata. No, stop. I'm tripping today. I don't know. Maybe it's the spirit. It's the spirit. My spirit ain't warred with my flesh. I'm content. I'm gonna hold tight to what I have. My body, my soul. Everything that's in me and what's going to come. You want to take it? Take it. As long as you ain't taking my life, I'll get it back and more. That's just how I feel. You know, whatever that is, objects all around, right? Some moving objects, right? We know it. I try to speak the truth and stay on that. You know, I don't want to hurt a kid. But Bernie Mac said, well, yeah, I ain't gonna go there. Go on, empower, brother, or, whatever. I understand, but I don't. I understand some things, but you feel strongly about something. Respect. Who taught this kid? Because it's my kid. He would already knew. I would hope. You don't do that, man. At least not in this house. Because I ain't gonna do it in yours. You work for what you work for. That's yours, man. I don't covet. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.